Hey everyone, I'm Janessa with another episode of Decoded. So, as promised, I've had my Xbox Series X for a couple of days now. I've been testing it, playing it, and seeing what it's all about. So, this is a video to show you what my first impressions are. Let's go. For everyone holding their breath, I've officially decided to display my Xbox Series X vertically, even though all of my other consoles are horizontal. It just seems to want to be displayed this way, you know? I mean, there's this obvious rubber bottom for the console to sit, and the Xbox logo encourages this orientation as well. Let's take a second to admire just how gorgeous the Xbox Series X is. It's matte, it's one color, it's sleek, and take a look at the top cooling fan. The fan is huge, but also this little peak of green when you look at it at the right angle is such a lovely surprise. Plugging in the power cord, HDMI, and Ethernet is super easy. The cables don't feel loose, but it doesn't feel like you have to press hard to get them in there. Setting up the Xbox Series X was so quick and easy. I used the Xbox mobile app for Android, but it's on iOS as well, and it's very seamless. Tap set up a console, enter the code from your TV, and walk through the process. Overall, the whole process only took me 20 minutes. You'll be prompted to turn on the controller as well and download an update for that, so while we're here, let's chat about the controller. At first glance, I was like, wait a second, is this the same controller? It looks and feels very similar to older iterations, which is a good thing. Why fix something that isn't broken? But there are a few new features that are great. The very first thing that you'll notice when you pick it up is the texture added to the back of the controller. There's a tactile dot pattern on the bumpers, triggers, and back of the grips. It feels really nice, it's not overdone, and it helps the controller not slip in the hands. This is something that I've seen in special edition or custom controllers, so it's cool to get this in just a regular controller that ships with the console. It feels very nice. I noticed this come in handy while precision platforming in Ori and the Will of the Wisps. My hands were noticeably less sweaty too. Second, there's a new D-pad, which is interesting because it feels like a normal D-pad up until you push on it diagonally. And as someone with tiny hands and fingers, this change is much appreciated when you need to do those controls that push both sides of a button. And it feels great. There is also a brand new share button to capture screenshots, record video clips, and then post on social media easily. The controller supports AA batteries or optional rechargeable battery packs, and I love that you get to make that choice. The port here is now USB-C, which is great, and these bottom ports are the same, so a lot of accessories that you already have for previous Xboxes are going to work with this new controller. It's finally time to get into the fun stuff. If you're booting up from a hard reset, it should take about 10 seconds to turn on, but I have my Xbox Series X set to the fastest mode possible, so it turns on in 3 seconds flat. It's so quick, it's kind of freaky, and it impresses me every time. Here's a look at the home screen dashboard that is gorgeous and completely customizable. The responsiveness on the menu is snappy. I like to launch the store to show just how fast the console is responding to my input. Loading up games is just as quick. Now I've been playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and as you can see, launching the game just passed the game's menu and save selection and hopped right into where I left off. There's also a new feature called Quick Resume, which allows you to swap between games blazing fast. Here's me playing a bit of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, when I remember, oh hey, I was in the middle of a race in Dirt 5, let me get back to that. Here's where Quick Resume switches me right back into that game where I left off. Also, pay no attention to my driving skills. I'm not that great in driving games, so we're just gonna switch back to Ori. Ori and the Will of the Wisps and other games like Gears 5 have been optimized for the Xbox Series X and play in 120 frames per second. I've been loving Ori, playing it in 4K HDR, it's so gorgeous, and how come no one told me this game was a tearjerker? What's cool is that this game is on Xbox Game Pass too, along with 100 other games, so you'll never run out of things to play. Now I could probably go on all day talking about the Xbox Series X, but this video has to end somewhere, and these were just my initial first impressions. Now I am loving this console so far, I can't wait to get my hands on more games as they release, But if this is the future of gaming, it's looking bright. To get your own Xbox Series X, head over to GameStop and talk to a guest advisor, or go to GameStop.com. Thanks for watching. My name is Janessa. This was Decoded, and we'll see you next time. Bye.